You got a team for us for Perth, Michael?
I've got a squad for you for Perth. Two changes. Paddo obviously out injured. Rob Quiney out. Shane Watson back in for him. And then we're taking, Mitchell Starke in the squad. Hazelwood, Hastings and Johnson in the squad. So 14, I think that works out to be. 14, yes. I think for options, as you've just seen, Hilfy and Sids have had a really heavy workload, have bowled a hell of a lot in the last, couple of weeks in both test matches. I think we need that option once we get to Perth to see how the boys pull up. We've got a flight in a couple of days of training. I think as a selection panel, we're probably giving ourselves every opportunity, or every option, I guess, to work out what the best attack is for those conditions once we see them up in Perth. He's no doubt fatigued. He's bowled his heart out, that's for sure. But he's got 3 days to recover and get himself right, or give himself every opportunity to take the field. I know he'll be keen as mustard to get on that park in Perth. I thought he was outstanding today. But no doubt he's fatigued. He's bowled his heart out.
How impressive was that effort from Peter out there just with 3 frontline bowlers?
I think from all the bowlers, to be honest, it was an amazing effort. Losing James obviously hurt us. I don't want to take anything away from South Africa though. I thought they played really well today. I thought Faf was outstanding, and on debut to make 100 in conditions like that under pressure, I guess. The wicket played really well. It was still pretty good to bat on. I think our bowlers, I felt like we tried everything in our power. Round the wicket, over the wicket. Short balls, pitched it up, reverse swing, spin. I thought we had a red-hot crack. We did everything we could to try and win this test. It's just unfortunate we couldn't get over the line. But in saying that, we certainly didn't lose the test match, so we can take a lot of positives from it. And like I say, just make sure physically we are as well prepared as we can be now for this third test and crucial test in Perth.
Chloe. Michael, how do you see Ricky Ponting's future at the moment? Do you expect his future to be discussed, between tests?
I see him scoring a 100 in Perth in the first innings. That's how I see it, helping us win the third test. Look, I think the one thing we need to keep in mind is that he was the leading run scorer in Shield cricket leading up to the start of this summer. So he's batting well. We can all get out early in our innings. Every single one of us, like I've said for a long time, the start of your innings is the toughest time to bat, especially when you're facing, the best attack in the world. So, look, once he gets in, I have no doubt at all that he'll go on and make a big score. He knows how to make big hundreds. He's still as good a player under pressure as anybody in that team, in that change room. He'll just be working as hard as he can to get through the start of his innings like the rest of us, and then he'll cash in, he'll go on and make a big score. I'm confident in that.
Yeah. Michael, does this scenario, having the better in Brisbane and then dominating this match but falling short, and then a back-to-back test, does it become a bit like that Cardiff situation a couple of years ago where you got so close and only had a couple of days to reset?
I'd like to hope there's a lot of differences to Cardiff. We didn't bowl to number 10 to number 11 for as long as we did in Cardiff. We didn't even see number 11. So, I think there's a lot of differences there. I think it's probably, it's a great example of how hard a fight Test cricket is. There's ups and downs throughout the game. There's nothing's a given in this game. You have to work your absolute backside off to have success, and it's even harder against the number 1 team in the world. We didn't expect them to lie down. We didn't expect them to give us the game today. We knew we were going to have to fight. We knew the wicket was still going to be good, and it's no different. It was no different in Brisbane. It'll be no different in Perth. We have to play our best cricket for 5 days, 5 full days, to give ourselves every chance of winning this series. I think we can definitely take a lot of confidence out of where we sit after 2 test matches against the number 1 test team in the world. Our batters are doing a great job. Our bowlers work their absolute backside off, and we lost a bowler as well. So, I'm pretty confident that we'll be in a good place, come day 1 of the Perth test match.
Matthew Wade didn't have his best test match. Is he now finding out how difficult test match being consistent is? And is he down on himself for that tough chance today?
Wade is a strong man. He's a tough character, that's for sure. So, like all of us, there'll be parts of our games where we think we could have improved to help the team, to be able to help the team have more success. But look, I think he's old enough and wise enough, played enough cricket to know how this game works. First class cricket's exactly the same. There's highs and lows. It's about trying to stay consistent. It's about every single day you get out of bed trying to get better, whether you're 38 years of age or 19 years of age. So, Wade is, like I say, he's a strong character. He's a tough little fella, and, he'll get better. That's for sure. He's already a fantastic player and an important player in this team. But yeah, he'll continue to learn. He's still a youngster.
Where's Shane Watson at, do you reckon?
Shane Watson is in our squad of 14 players, and I'm really confident. Obviously by not taking Rob to Perth, we're really confident that Watto will be fine to take full part with both bat and ball in the Test match.
Ben, Michael, sort of Mitchell Johnson back in the squad now after so long. What have you sort of made of his form so far in Shield cricket? How he's come along?
He's been bowling really well in Shield cricket. He's bowling fast and he's swinging the ball, which is nice to see. And I guess in conditions that he loves up in Perth and has had a lot of success, he'll be doing everything in his power to try and get an opportunity. I think you look at those, include Starkey in that as well. Stark, Hazelwood, Hastings, Johnson. They're a very handy 4 fast bowlers to be taken to Perth. With Siddle and Hilfenhaus. House. I think we're very lucky at the moment in Australia. We've got some really good quicks that have been performing as well in first-class cricket. Yes, they're talented, but they've been performing as well. So, yeah, we're very fortunate at the moment.
Michael, I understand you had some concerns about the Wacker pitch after the Shield game earlier this year, which only went for 2 days, 2.5 days.
Yeah.
Are you confident the Test pitch will be better than that and will actually provide a fair contest for both sides?
I hope so. I spoke to the groundsman when we played the game for New South Wales, and made it very clear that I thought I was disappointed that a 4-day Shield game only just lasted 2 days. I think what I'm hoping for is a wicket that is good for both batting but also bowling, a fair contest. I think. We've seen that in Brisbane. We've seen that here. 2 very tough battles. I'd like to hope that a toss of a coin doesn't dictate this 3rd Test match.
Were you concerned that it might give South Africa an unfair advantage, or give them too much of an advantage? No,
not at all. I've just told you 5 fast bowlers that I'm sure can't wait to get a crack on that wicket. Like I say, I think a wicket. Pace and bounce is something I love as a batsman, and I love seeing for our fast bowlers, so I hope it's got that in it. But I don't want the toss of a coin to dictate who wins this Test match.
Ben, Michael, I know you said that all the bowlers going in today, but just right at the death, Peter Siddle, after delivery, he's really seemed physically struggling, and the way he's running back to his mark. So how did that, inspire the team, I suppose, and what you can say about his attitude?
It's what's expected if you want to play for Australia. If you want to be the best, you've got to dig deep. You've got to try and find a way. And like I say, I pay a lot of credit to Sids. He showed a lot of heart today. That's what we've come to expect from Sids. That's why he's been a wonderful performer for Australia. That's what I expect from all the bowlers, all the batters. You got to sometimes it's tough out there with the bat or with the ball, and you got to find a way to help your team have success. And that's why I say I want to take nothing away from South Africa, but the boys deserve a lot of credit for how hard they fought through this Test match.
Were you hoping for a bit more impact from open line on the last day, 3 to 49 to 50 overs?
I would have liked Pfeiffer. I thought Gaz bowled really well through this Test. A couple of things probably didn't go his way. There was a few balls that just went either side of fielders or didn't quite touch, grab the edge. The wicket still played pretty well. It wasn't as much up and down as I thought there might have been on day 5, which is credit to the groundsman. I think the wicket was really consistent wicket throughout the 5 days. I thought Nath did well. I thought Lino did really well. Thanks, guys.
Michael, I asked this of Graham Smith before. There's, you've had JP's injury, Jarks and James in this game. Do you foresee a point in time in Test or first-class cricket where you might have a substitute situation come into it, particularly with, a lot of 2020 competitions around the world, all that kind of thing?
What was Smitty's answer?